I posted a I posted a cold topic, man, or a cold meme on IG today, man. And in the meme, matter of fact, I share that meme to YouTube, man. When I get off here, I'll make it a YouTube. I post it to my YouTube stories, man. But what this was is I posted a meme, man, where there was this cat sitting down blowing trees, and his partner said, "She broke my heart. I trusted her. I want to die." And then his partner passed him the blunt, like he was holding in smoke, just passed to him, say, "Huh, bro, hit this. You need this." And one of the comments I got on that, man, led me to create this topic, man. And that comment was, "The herbs helps only a little. The self hate that comes when you realize you've been used for nothing more than her self gain is what's hardest to get past, that you allowed it blindly." And I thought about that, man, and I said, you know what, man? I imagine there are other men who feel this way, man, who feel like because they were in a beta male simp mangina situation that they should be dragging themselves through the mud, man, feeling real bad that they allowed it blindly. See, this is the thing, man. You can't feel bad about something that happened when you were in the blind. You didn't allow anything blindly. A blind man can't allow anything. A blind man can't prevent anything because he don't even know what he's looking at. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of men can't make it past their beta male simp mangina point in their lives because they continue to badger themselves and punish themselves and increase the damage that was done during that time by telling themselves that they should be at fault for allowing something to happen blindly. If you blind, nigga, you can't do nothing but let it happen. It's not like you got all this information, all this alpha information and this red pill information and all of this, and then you turn around and went back and did the same thing. Yeah, that man right there, you find me a man that's on his third marriage, man, that boy, that is a lost cause. You know what I'm saying? Two marriages took you down through there. But you on your third one, man, you lost. So you got to keep in mind, man, that when you were going through those things, man, you can't fault yourself when your ass didn't know no better. If you didn't know no better, you didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? It's like a fucking a 1 year old kid, man, pulling some shit off the table and breaking it. You're just gonna clean it up. You're gonna be like, man, this little bad motherfucker right here. Then you're gonna clean it up. But you let a 6 year old child go over there and do some dumb shit like that, man, and you're gonna get physical with him. Cause at 6, you already learned this. You did this at 1 and 2. You 6 now. You supposed to know better. I don't expect the same thing from you. But if you get another 1 year old come through, guess what? You just gonna clean it up and say, man, this little bad motherfucker. See, we got to keep in mind as men, man, that all the things that we go through in our lives, none of these things are meant for us to take it out on ourselves or abuse ourselves because of these things, man. We have to keep in mind, man, that you and I now, can only learn from our mistakes. We can only grow from our lessons. We can only build ourselves into better men because we go through trials and tribulations. So on today, I'm going to talk to you about, man, 10 lessons that you should learn from your past life as a beta male simp mangina. And these lessons are the things that keep you from tearing yourself down. If you look back on that whole situation and you ain't learned nothing, yeah, man, you probably should be tearing yourself down. But if you learned anything from those situations, you can't tear yourself down from a learning experience. That's like getting to college and tearing yourself down because you went through high school. Come on, man. Golden Child, what up, GC? Appreciate the $3.33 super chat, man. So let's get into this thing, man, and talk about it here. Now, the first thing, man, that you got to keep in mind is this. What you found out is that women don't respect beta male simp manginas. You think they respect you because they accept you. You think because a woman marries you that she accepts you and she respects you. No, she doesn't respect you just because she accepts you. You offer too many benefits for her to just turn you down. See, that's why a man who's not rich can still get a wife. Because you don't have to be rich. You just have to be willing to dedicate yourself to your woman. You have to be willing to dedicate your effort. So what? You might be a dude that working regular jobs, but you might have two of them. If you got a woman that ain't got to do nothing but sit at home and you going out working two jobs to make sure she can sit at home, of course, every woman wants that. Very few women are gonna turn that down. Even a woman who got money, let her hit a rough patch financially where she hit rock bottom. She gonna want that. That's why I don't buy into these women talking that tough talk about, well, I'm independent and I get this. Yeah, you independent now because you financially independent. All you gotta do is hit rock bottom. You're gonna be right back to one of them chicks that's talking about, well, when I need somebody to take care of me now. I've been taking care of. You're gonna turn right back into that. So I don't buy into that. But the first thing you learn is that women don't respect beta male simp manginas, man. They don't do it. So when a man talks about, I got my resources extracted, yes, because you're a beta male simp mangina. She didn't extract your resources. She accepted them under false pretenses. She didn't extract them. Extraction is what they do with a tooth. You go to the dentist, they got to yank that motherfucker out with a pair of pliers, man. They got to grip it and yank it and pull it and twist it. That's extraction. Extraction and excavation are pretty much the same things on different levels. She didn't excavate your resources. You gave them to her. Yeah, she accepted them under false pretenses, but she didn't pull a gun on you. Only beta males get their resources extracted. So any man who's still complaining about resource extraction after he's already gone through it, that man did not learn from his lessons. He's still thinking that if he interacts with another woman, he's likely going to end up in the same situation. See, when you're a beta male, a woman feels like you providing for her is your responsibility. And you know what? You buy into that. You buy into the fact that as a man, it's your job to provide for your woman. It's your, no matter what she does, how much money she makes ain't got nothing to do with you. If she make 3 times as much as you make, that ain't your business. It's your job to provide for your woman. And that's what happens in these scenarios. You jump off in here, man, and you take on the full responsibility of a woman like she's a damn child. And you let this society convince you that you should do that. But you know what you learned as a beta male? That don't get you nowhere but dog the hell out. That don't get you nowhere but taken advantage of. That don't get you nowhere but used and abused. That don't get you nowhere but treated like a stepchild. That don't get you nowhere but treated like an outcast. That's all that does. That all that does is get you a commitment from a woman that ain't never stopped messing with the other niggas she was messing with, even through the marriage. Listen, the night before the marriage, she was with that dude. You thought she was having a bachelorette party? No, she was having a body party with her old boy. Young Man Hood, appreciate the $2 super chat, man. Homie, say salute to the chat. What's good, Doc? What up with you, Young Man Hood? You see, the bottom line is when you buy into the concept that it's your job to provide and it's your job to take care of her and it's your job to do all that, then you find yourself being needed. So you need a woman to accept you paying for her and taking care of her and tricking off on her. You need all of those things because you got to understand that you are brought up in a society that told you that your job in this world as a man is to be needed by people. Your job is to provide for people. Your job is to take care of people. And so if that's your mentality growing up, coming up, then yes, you're going to need people to validate you, but not in the way that not in the dating pool, but you're going to need people to validate you, validate your worth by your presence, by what they get from you, by what they need you for. And of course, you found out that she's going to capitalize on your need to feel needed. She's going to capitalize on your need to feel needed. Inflating your ego with her beguiling tongue, with the sweet words that drip off her tongue. She's inflating your ego, making you feel like you're the man, when she don't even have no desire for you. See, what you found out as a beta male is that a woman will lie to you to your face and tell you that you're all this and she loves you and she'll never do this and you're the only man she wants. She'll tell you that right to your face. She'll look at you with your fat body sitting there on the sofa and then look at a dude that's built on, ripped up on TV and tell you she don't like that dude. She'll see a superstar in a movie and say, I don't know why they talk about him. He ain't all that to me. She'll tell you that to your face when at the same time she over there closing her legs, gapping her legs together and trying to squeeze them together so she can take care of that moisture and that warmth that's taking place between her legs. And you know what she'll do? Y'all will watch that movie and she'll go in there, man, and freak your socks off. And all this time you thinking that it's all about you when she done got turned on by somebody she watching on TV and coming there to freak you off while she imagining you them. These are the type of things you learned as a beta male simp mangina. So you need to applaud yourself for going through that fire and not giving up and not taking yourself out the game. Because you needed to learn those lessons in order to move forward and build positive relationships with women. And when I say positive relationships, I'm talking about positive for you. You never try to build a relationship that's positive for her. Being with you should be the positive for her. Something else you've learned. Never let her believe that you'll take her shit. Never let her believe, never let her get any inkling that you'll take her shit. Never. You found out that if you let her talk to you sideways one time, she gonna talk to you sideways from then on. You found out if you let her withhold sex from you one time, you don't do that, you're gonna let her withhold it from you from then on. You found out that if she tell your ass to go get on the sofa and get out your bed when you pay the bills and you go on there, she gonna start using that as a punishment for you. You found out the old adage, what I always love to say, the BoA original. If you give a woman an inch, she gonna want 2 inches. You give her 2 inches, she gonna want 3. You give her 3, she gonna want a foot. You give her a driver license, she gonna want to fly the space shuttle. And that's the reality of it. That's one of the most valuable lessons you've ever found out. Now, what does that translate to? What is, if you give her an inch, she gonna want 2 inches? What does that translate to? That translates to only giving her what she earns. You don't have to worry about her getting 2 inches when you gave her 1, because if you get into the mindset you only give her 1 what she earns, you ain't giving her 2 inches until she earned 2 inches. You understand? You ain't giving her a mile until she earn a mile. Nothing else. Another thing that you found out, man, and you found out this, man, you really, really found this out. She doesn't care about your well-being. If your well-being doesn't affect her life in a positive manner, she don't care about it. You think she doctoring you back to health when you sick, man, just because she care? No, she doctoring you back to health so you can get your ass back to work and go get that money, pay these bills. She's trying to make sure she ain't got to figure something out. See, you think that women leave you after your resources are extracted because, they just came to extract your resources, as these boys say. No. You turn yourself into a trick for her. When you can no longer trick off on her on the level that you did before, you don't reap the same benefits. That's her mindset. When your money changes, the benefits change. See, you found out that no matter what you think your woman is, no matter what you think you are, if you leave with your wallet, she gonna treat you like a trick. That's what you found out. You leave with your wallet, she gonna treat you like a trick. Man, I've known dudes who had to get a woman money to go shopping or buy or something just to have sex. I'm talking about their wives. Their wives, man. You got to keep in mind, man, that, when it boils down, man, and let me tell you when most men find this out. That's why 10 men a day commit suicide at the divorce. You think they commit suicide because they so hurt because the woman left? You think they commit suicide, man, because they want the woman back so bad? Nah, let me tell you why these men commit suicide, man. Why they kill themselves, why 10 men a day kill themselves after a divorce. Because her actions during the divorce, her words during the divorce, her attacks during the divorce made that man come face to face with the reality that woman don't give a fuck about his well-being. He had to come to the realization and accept the fact that right here in front of everybody in his courtroom and all his family and all her family, whoever else in there, she has proven that she don't care about this dude at all, man. At all. What kind of pill is that to swallow for a man? And see, these men who commit suicide are the men who's given the most of themselves. These men have given of themselves for 10, 15 years to a woman. Literally, given of themselves. Sacrificed everything they knew, everything they loved, everything they did, everything they thought was fun, everything they did for relaxation, and replaced all of those things with things that benefit the woman, things that the woman care about, things that the woman need. Only to find out that she'll take him into court and try to tear his ass off in court, man. Can you imagine? That's gonna either make you homicidal or suicidal. But at that state, you're in such an emotional state of disarray that it's hard to become homicidal at that state. You just want to end it all, man. And that's the reality of it, man. You know, it gets crazy out here. Another thing is this, man. You got to understand that, and this is what you found out, that she never saw you as an individual man, as your own man. She saw you as something she possessed. She saw you as her man, her do boy, her stepping fetching, her savior, her, not her savior, her servant, her driver, her cleanup man, her pickup man, her shopping buddy, her emotional punching bag, her sex slave when she couldn't get it from nowhere else. These are all the things that you were. These are all the things that you found out about being in that type of relationship. You see what I'm saying? And learning these lessons taught you something, the most valuable lesson of all. We'll get to it at the end, but all of these things came to teach you the most valuable lesson of all. And it's one of the things I preach the most, man. It's one of the things I teach the most, bro. So, I mean, these things are tough pills that men have to swallow, man. Tough pills that men have to swallow. I mean, really tough pills. And it's another thing that you have to accept that you learned while you were in that beta male Simp Mangina situation with that broad. You learned that not only does she believe she controls you emotionally, she does. Your problem was you were under the emotional control of a woman. Your love and affection for her was being manipulated in order for her to control you. When she got in her feelings, sometimes she wasn't even in her feelings for real. She was just doing that shit to control you emotionally. She was doing that to manipulate you into doing whatever she wanted you to do, because here you are. She whooped you into a state of mind where all she had to do was frown her face up, and your first inclination was to wonder what the hell you did. I know you did it. I know you've heard it done. I've heard it done several times, man, hundreds of times, but a lot of times throughout my life, where a woman has an attitude and a man is automatically trying to figure out what the hell he did. Most of the time, you ain't did nothing. But you sitting there wondering, because she got you in the frame of mind to be concerned when her face balls up like that. To be concerned when she has that look on her face. To be concerned when she's standoffish and she ain't talking to you. You've been taught to have some type of concern for that. And she knows that. So every now and then, she throws something out there to throw you off kilter emotionally. And that's how you stay on the emotional roller coaster with a woman. And this is real talk we giving you here, man. These ain't no games we playing, man. So you got to understand, when you're under the emotional control of a woman, bro, you are not a man. You are a child. You're being manipulated like a child. When she wants you to feel bad about anything, when she wants you to feel bad, she only wants you to feel bad because she knows what she can get out of you when you feel bad. When you feel sad, when you feel happy. She manipulates all of these emotions in order to get the response from you that she wants to get from you in a particular time. And you boys fall so weak for it, man. I mean, just throughout your life, think about when you've fallen so weak for that. Now you've learned. You've learned that now you're at a point where you're not going to fall for no foolishness like that anymore. Not no other time in your life are you going to fall for that type of foolishness. Because you see the error of your ways now. You've learned these valuable lessons from your past life as a beta male simp mangina. Now, if you got children in the situation, this is what you learn. And let me tell you something, it's deeper than you think. See, what you found out is that your children with her are just pawns. They're weapons that she uses against your manhood whenever she sees fit. She uses it against your emotional weakness. Because she's a master emotional manipulator. And let me tell you something, not only your children, but she'll even weaponize the children that she has with another man. I had a cat comment on a video a couple days ago, man. We tell my man he used to do that, man. He took children on under his wing, man. He still go there. He still be going around and doing things with her children. She'd have moved on to another dude, and he's still going around doing things with her children, not his now, her children that she already had. And you think about that. Here this man is being manipulated like a stepdad. This boy got baby mama drama and no babies. You know what I'm saying? Baby mama drama without the babies is the worst kind, bro. D. Flemings, appreciate the $2 super chat, bro. Homie said be emotionally unavailable, as the great doctor says. Real talk, bro. Emotionally unavailable. So you got to think about it, man. Yeah, man, children are just weapons. They're just pawns. You know what I'm saying? They're manipulation tools. That's what they are. And so that's why, man, you got to understand that when I hear cats talking about, man, I'm going through that, man. Going through that with my child mama, man, blah, blah, blah. Hey, man, let me tell you something. I tell cats, man, how to deal with that, man, in consultations all the time, because that's a problem that a lot of men have, man. How do I deal with this? How do I go about dealing with this parenting thing, man, without letting it drag my manhood out of me and disrespect me, man, to the point where I feel less than a man? You know what I'm saying? But that's some guy. Now, I'm not going to share that here, man. That's personalized information right there. I won't share that here. But there's a way that you got to go about handling that, man. Now, another thing is this, man. Something to tell you something else you learn. And this is something you learn. And you probably still, and this is one of those hard lessons. You can learn it, but it takes a while to apply it. A woman she'll say anything to you. Anything. I'm talking about the most offensive, terrible, disrespectful things she can say to you, man. She'll say it, man, and they go right back to normal life like it ain't nothing and got you seething. And she does it intentionally. What you found out is that a woman will attempt to push you to an emotional extreme on purpose. On purpose now. As a game. As a game, homie. And you think about that. She'll do and say offensive things and then go right back to normal life while you sitting there, man, ready to tie the whole place up. That is emotional manipulation at its finest. And see, these are the type of things where she'll use intimacy as a reward, as a treatment, as a reward punishment thing for you. You get it as a reward, it's withheld as a punishment. And you know that's what they'll do. You know that. But why do they do that? See, you learn these lessons by going through these experiences, but what's the lesson to learn from that? The lesson to learn from that is to never, ever allow a woman to believe that you hard up for sex. Never allow her to believe you hard up for sex. Never allow her to believe you'll do anything for sex. Never allow her to believe it's been a long time since you had sex. Never allow her to believe any of that. Unless you've been abstaining by choice. You got to understand, man, that she sees intimacy as something she uses to make you do what she wants you to do. And you know that. You figured that out. You figured that out. Her favorite term is makeup sex. Why we gotta have makeup sex? Let's have breakup sex. Let's have that one round of sex where we get it in before we never see each other again. Let's talk about that. But no, that's not her MO. Her MO is makeup sex. So she does the most foul thing in the world to you. And then turns around and offers you makeup sex. And what you found out during that time is that while you've been pedestalizing her sex, she don't even pedestalize it. She'll use it as a weapon whenever she can. She'll use it as a tool to get what she wants. She'll use it as a bargaining chip. She'll use it whatever she want to use it. And you've been sitting around here validating and valuing it your whole life. But you know what you found out of your beta male simp man down the days? That she'll give it to anybody she wants to. And that's real talk, man. Real talk. And you got to keep these things in mind, brothers. You got to keep these things in mind. You see, let me tell you something. You got to recall and think about it. Everything that you were was changed. Everything that you had was sold or lost. You became someone else. You became someone else. You found out that she'll never support you developing yourself or improving yourself unless it benefits her. So you can't just go out and go kicking in the shopping and buying up a whole bunch of things. No, she got to see where you're going to wear it to. Y'all got to have an event going on. What you found out is she wants to control you as much as she doesn't want you to control her. Because if she blames the cheating, she's the one doing it. She's much more likely to be with somebody else while y'all are together than you are. You see, her definition of relationship, I mean, you know what her definition of relationship is. Her definition of relationship is just you being there, being owned by her. That's pretty much what it is. And you found that out. You found out that all relationships mean to her is an opportunity to really just be with another man. That's how women date and have such a huge pool of men. Because they'll date as many men as they can. And who knows how many of those men they'll be intimate with. But you can't even care about that. You got to look at the fact that you learned a valuable lesson that you cannot believe that a woman is going to be faithful. You can't use terms like faithful in the same sentence with woman. And you found that out. Yo, man, I'm telling you, bro, we gotta pull it together, man. We gotta pull it together. What another thing you found out, man, is that she'll pull you away from everybody you know. She want to alienate you. She want to have you also so she can work her feminine, beguiling ways on you without nobody interfering. That's it, man. You know this. And you also found out, some of y'all found out that if nobody in your family don't like her, she ain't the woman for you. You need to run from her. You need to tell her be gone. You understand? If she ain't the woman for you in no kind of way, you need to tell her be gone. That's what needs to happen. You know, man, there are situation scenarios that we all go through. We all go through them. You know what I'm saying? We all go through them, and that's the reality of it. You got to understand this, man. You feeling used and abused and taken advantage of, and all of those things, all of those type of things, man, are just simply the fact that you didn't know any better. You simply didn't know any better. You didn't know these lessons then. You were learning them. You were in the process of learning them. There's no way you could have applied them. And that's the reality of it, man. It's crazy out here, brothers. It's crazy out here, man. We're in a time and place and a state where things just shouldn't, I mean, we shouldn't still be feeling like we should be perfect our whole life. So you're in denial if you leave that you're supposed to be in anything. And if you taking it and taking whatever it did to you, good or bad, that suddenly it's gonna change out of respect for you. It's the same thing with a woman. She's not gonna change out of respect for you. Once she disrespects you, you can't fix it. Once she develops a habit of disrespecting you, you can't fix it. Even if she tries, it's gonna be too hard because she's used to disrespecting you. And there ain't really nothing you can do about it. I mean, you could do some things about it, but you don't want to end up in prison and nothing like that. You don't want to end up in a bad situation. See, let me tell you something. Something you learn, one of the most valuable things you learned about relationships, man, is she doesn't respect anything you contribute. She feels like whatever she's doing is going to trump whatever you contribute. So if you're doing everything and all she's doing is washing your clothes, you're doing everything else, even washing dishes, you're doing everything, she'll still feel like you're doing all of that. It's just because she's there. You found out the narcissistic mindset that the majority of these women have. You found out that the majority of these women don't really care anything about what you are as a man, who you are as a man. All she cares about, man, is what your paper look like and if you can break her back. And you found that out. You found out all that lovey-dovey stuff. You found out, oh, baby, I love you so much, baby. I love you, baby. I want to see you smile. I love you, baby. Please, won't you have my child? I love you, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Please don't ever leave me alone. That's the shit you be on, man. But now you realize that none of that shit mean nothing to her. You understand that that's just a fantasy she have, the love song fantasy. She have the love song fantasy that the shit they say in love songs is reality. I give you the sun, the moon, the fiend, the fire, and the mountains. I'll give you the world. She'll give you the world. Well, you'll give her the world. You give her the world. I did a post on Insta, and I think I put that one over here, man. If I didn't, then I'll post that one too. I posted another meme on on IG, man, where this chick was talking about, man, a real man would forgive his wife, even if she have a baby. A real man will support his wife, even if she have a baby by another man. This was a real live IG post, man. You know what I'm saying? I reshared it. I shared it with my followers, man. And I'm telling you, bro, that's what they really believe. They live in a fantasy world, and you're the fantasy maker. You realize that instead of being a fantasy maker, you got to be a fantasy breaker. That's what you came to realize. You got to be a fantasy breaker. You got to let her know that these fantasies ain't coming from you. But then you didn't know, brother. You didn't know. You can't tear yourself down for something you didn't know, man. Now, if you had grown up well informed, then yeah, you need to be kicking your own ass. But I'm gonna be honest with you, if you didn't know, if you grew up around beta males and you were taught that being a beta male is right, and you were taught that being lovey-dovey with a broad is right, then you can't be hard on yourself because you didn't know. I'm telling you, man, it took me aback, man. It did something to me when I saw that brother say the hardest thing to get over is knowing that you allowed it to happen blindly. The man is blaming himself for being blind. Bro, you can't blame yourself for being blind. You might run into everything in your house, but once you go get that laser surgery, man, and they get your eyes right, guess what? You can't be running in this shit no more. People gonna be like, man, is you crazy? Why is you running into that stuff? I know you can see. You know, that's the reality of it, man. J Lax, appreciate the super chat, bro. I'm gonna say the Alpha Energy keep rising here. Salute. Salute to you, bro. Alright. J Lax came with that twice, man. Appreciate that, J Lax. You know, man, you gotta keep this in mind, bro, that you're gonna go through some things, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn some, as men, we learn tough lessons. We ain't got no 50 magazines out here. We ain't got no columnists and no bloggers and all that, man, that's telling us a whole bunch of crazy things, man, to help us navigate through, the difficulties of being a man. You just got to get out here and do it. And we live in a society where the majority of men are beta male simp manginas, man. So, hey, bro, you had to learn these valuable lessons. And now that you know them, man, you should be giving glory to the Most High. You got to give the Most High his glory for the fact that you know these things. You got to, man. And see, let me tell you something, brothers, and this real talk. The thing that got you so hurt about this situation, man, this is what got you so hurt. It's not that you did anything blindly. That's what that brother said, but any man who's a beta male simp mangina right now, or you've been a beta male simp mangina, man, let me tell you, your main problem is that you feel used and abused and taken advantage of, man. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you put your trust in someone and they took advantage of it. They took your kindness for weakness. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, man. With the majority of women out here, kindness is weakness. They'll take gifts from you, but they ain't going to respect it because they're going to view it as weak. And it is weak. Because as a man, a woman should be giving your ass gifts. This whole Valentine's Day thing, man, let me tell you something. If you celebrate Valentine's Day, man, you're a fool if you buy a woman anything. That woman's supposed to be buying you shit every day. You got men, man, that pay bills all year long, buy cars and buy clothes and fund everything, man. Then they turn around Valentine's Day and still buy they broad something. Nigga, you done bought her Valentine's Day every day. Valentine's Day is her turn to give back. But these are not the type of thoughts you have when you're a beta male simp mangina, man. These are alpha thoughts. Alpha thoughts dictate my mind. I think alpha thoughts. I live alpha way. Listen, bro, I do shit the way I want to do it, the way I think a man should be doing it. And I'm not finna buy no woman there for no damn Valentine's Day. She gonna buy me something for Valentine's Day if I celebrate it. You understand? I ain't buying her shit for Christmas. That's one day out of the year. On Christmas, if I celebrate Christmas, she gonna buy me some on Christmas. Everything under the tree gonna have my name on it. That's the least she could do to show her appreciation for all the value I brought to her life. Anniversary comes, shawty, shit. The fact that I kept you for a whole nother year, you should be going out buying me things, throwing me an anniversary party. You should be thanking me for keeping you around for a whole nother year. Knowing that your clock is ticking. So that feeling of feeling used and abused, brother, that's natural. You gon' feel that. Because you have been used and abused. And you've been taken advantage of. And you've been treated like an outcast. So I'm telling you, man, you know, it's a reality out here, man, that men are going through shit out here, man, with these women, man, and these boys out here. You got some boy talking about, well, you got to marry the woman, you got to marry the woman. Hey, man, let me tell you something. Shout out to the brother Black Ram, man. I listened to his joint on playback, man. And he was saying, man, that if you want to go ahead and get the legal marriage license, man, he ain't gonna tell you not to. He's gonna tell you to be careful. I'm gonna tell you like this: Dr. BA gonna tell you, Dr. BoA gonna tell you not to do it. Hey, man, don't go down there and get no legal marriage license, man. Don't you ever do that. I'm telling you, you're making a terrible mistake if you do that, because it's not the fact of you putting yourself at risk. It's the fact that you put yourself in a position of powerlessness. You're putting yourself in a position where the woman is in power. And I don't care what nobody tell you. A woman who got power, eventually she gonna exercise that power. It's in her. She can't help but exercise it. Eventually that power gonna get exercised, and that's where you gonna get the worst end of the deal, right there, homie. And that's the reality of it, man. So you know the bottom line is this, brothers. You got to keep in mind that when you are dealing with a woman, man, and even now, if you're in a beta male mangina situation, which is a committed relationship, or some type of cohabitation, some type of baby mama cohabitation, or whatever you're doing, man, you got to keep in mind that your life is the only thing that matters. You got to save your life. Every day of your life is spent saving your life, because the powers that be and the society at large, and even the food and the chemicals and the drinks and all that, everything's trying to take your life. So you got to preserve your life at every cost. Protecting your life is your number one goal.